Do you take an umbrella on a very rainy day, on a very rainy day, on a very rainy day? Does the wind and the umbrella try to have a little play on a very rainy day? Oh, don't get cross at the wind and the rain, for the sun will shine again. For it never will do to say so, hurrah for a rainy day. Do you wear a pair of rubbers on a very rainy day, on a very rainy day, on a very rainy day? Does the mud upon the pavement make you slip the other way on a very rainy day? Oh, don't get cross at the wind and the rain, for the sun will shine again. For it never will do to fret, I say, so hurrah for a rainy day. There was an old woman who lived in the moon. She made a rice pudding but cut it too soon. Because it's not done, she gave it a throw. It fell to our planet and we call it snow. The little boy saw what his mother had done. He scowled and made faces which clouded the sun. He lost his dear pudding and cried all in vain. His tears fell in torrents and we call it rain. The man in the moon who had been off to town heard his boy crying, which caused him to frown. He gave him nice sweetmeats and asked him to dine. Oh, then there was smiling, we call it moonshine. Used to let his poor old mother go and carry in the wood. She was just a pack horse for him, but he never understood. Never thought of bringing water from the spring down by the lane, or of helping her to gather in the clothes before the rain. Let her keep a-waiting on him, though her back was aching so. 'Twasn't 'cause he didn't love her, he just didn't think, you know. Then he went away and married, left her living there alone. Of course his wife, she didn't want her, she had people of her own. And he carried in the kindling, and he built the fires too. And to tell the truth, I don't know what there was he didn't do. Had to hustle now, I tell you, got to thinking too at last, that he might have been a little mite more thoughtful in the past. After a while, the weary mother put her burdens all away, and we went and heard the preacher praise the poor old soul one day. And I stood and looked down at her as he pushed the lid aside. Poor old hands, I didn't wonder that her boy sat there and cried, just as if he couldn't bear it, just as if his heart would break. He had kind of got to seeing what she'd suffered for his sake. There's a lot of kind of sin which a good book tells about, sins concerning which a fellow needn't never be in doubt. But there's one sin that I reckon many a man who doesn't think will be called to give account for when he goes across the brink.